I want to say good morning, but it's not morning. Good afternoon, evening. Hi cubies and newbies, I am Sunshine, and this is the ABCube method for solving Rubik's Cubes. Welcome to my channel. These two patterns work on every complexity Rubik's Cube. Formula A brings a piece to the top and twists corners, and Formula B moves 3 pieces around, and that's all you ever need to do. Parodies are a thing of the past. They are a lie. You can play with them if you want to, but you don't ever have to, because parodies are always solved by a single quarter turn, because the third piece that you do not see is the third piece that you do not see. So, hi you guys. How's everybody doing today? We're up on the weekend now. It's Friday evening. I've been solving a little bit at a time. I solved the corners, which meant the 2x2 was done. I solved the corners, which meant that the 3x3 corners, I solved the corners, the 2x2 was done. I solved the edges and absolute center, which meant the 3x3 was done. And then I solved the side edges, which means the cage is done on all of these cubes. All that's left is the centers now. And this is a wood even 3x3x9. Yep. And I've done the 3x3 side, and the absolute center layer is done. And hi, you can just drop it down. You can, yeah. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to do these after I do the centers here, because the edges are done in one step, and then the centers are done in another step. So there's a bit of an adaptation to do there. So for here, for the edges, to get the edges done is, and if anybody wants to interrupt me with chat all you want, that's just fine. But so we're going to do the edges is still this Formula B, top row and 2 columns. These time, if the outer columns are being used, it moves corners. The outer column, inner column is being moved. It uses edges, and 2 inner columns means it's moving centers around. Just find a piece that's wrong, and we're going to apply Formula B to this piece, which moves 3 pieces around. So it's on the face, and it's going to move to the top. So its color has to be the top color, and then this piece is going to land right here. So I can bring down the red, the orange, or the yellow. So let's line it up so one of the oranges is going to come down. So that's my first layer. First horizontal is lining that up so it's advantageous. And then I follow this piece as I do the cube dictates what the 2 columns are going to be. So I move it up, I rotate the top so it's in a different column. I can't go this way, that's the same column, so it has to go this way. And then where it landed is my second column up, which puts it to the back. And then reverse, bring your column down. Again, column down. So it's up, slide up, slide up, slide down, slide down. And then reset the top, and that's done. Here's another one. Here's another yellow. Okay. It's going to land in this spot, so I line up the orange. Then I follow this piece. It goes up, slide to a different column, second up, reverse, and my white is there. The white edges are there to keep me on track, so I don't get confused. And the bigger the cube is, the more columns you have to work with. But the columns, the edges are already there to keep you on track. Here's a red piece. Okay. It's going to land right here. So I rotate the top so that's advantageous. And then I follow the piece. Go up, slide, second up. It just came off. Reverse, down, set the top. Okay, here's an orange. It's going to go to the top. Okay, it's going to land right here, so line it up advantageous. Up, slide, second up, reverse, down. Okay, here's a green on the front. Okay, I can bring either a blue or a white down. Don't want to bring the white down, but I do want to bring the blues down. And then it's just Formula B. So I go up, slide to a different column, second up, reverse, down, set the top, and keep going. Here's a blue, Put blue on top. It's advantageous. Up, slide up, reverse down, reverse down, and set the top. Keep going. Here's a green. Okay. Going to land here. You can bring the white or the blue down, so let's line up the blue. Up, slide, different column, second up, reverse, edges are my cue, down and down, set the top. Okay. Here's a white. Okay. Going to land here, I can bring down the yellow, the blue, or the orange. Yellow is most advantageous. So up, slide up, reverse down, and set the top. So yellow on top. I don't want to bring that blue down because it's an opposite to green, so instead I'm going to follow the blue instead. That would bring a white down. Let's follow a white. That will bring a blue down. There we go. So up, down, down. Set the top. Here's another white. It's lined up, slide up, reverse down, set the top. Okay. So now, here's a green. Sometimes you have to deal with the opposites, but you don't have to, but sometimes you don't. So green's going to go here, up, slide up, reverse down, set the top, find another piece, line it up so it's advantageous, up, slide up, reverse down, set the top. One more, up, slide up, down, set the top. Okay, so the same thing. The only difference here is that the 4x4, the centers were diagonal, so you have to be a little more cautious about which direction you're going, so you don't double up on a single column. But on the larger cubes, you have diagonals, but you also have obliques, and obliques can go in any. You can turn it in any direction as long as it's going to a different column. The only reason it starts to matter is if you're making pretty patterns on the front. So again, just find you can solve the entirety of one face with formula A if you want to, and I'm going to demonstrate on that just a little bit here. Okay, here's a white. It wants to land here, and you can do formula A, but only for one face because it affects all 6 sides at the same time. In fact, there's a lot here done that I don't want to mess up, so I'm not going to do it. But here's how I would do it. This column, this piece wants to go up here, so I start by moving this piece away from the action. The space where it's going to land comes down, the piece moves into the space, and the piece in the space go up to the top, and that's formula A. And you can do that for the entirety of the first face, or you can just do formula B. So here's a green piece. Okay, it's going to land here, and this piece is also green, so I can either bring down the red and orange here, or the orange and green, or the blue and white. So this is the most advantageous. So I'm going to use these two as one piece to replace these two. Okay, so first I line it up so it's advantageous, and then I go up, slide it to a different column, the second piece, and then reverse down, and set the top. Keep going. Okay, here's some blue. Okay, I don't want to bring the yellow down with it. Here's a white and a green that want to come down, so I'm going to move these two as one piece and interchange it with these ones. So I go up, slide, second up, reverse down. Okay. Here's some red. Looking at the pieces that are already lined up. Okay, I can bring down this blue and this orange. That's pretty nice. Up, slide up, reverse down, and set the top. Got some hair caught. All right, what else do I have? Here's 2 greens. Okay. I can bring down this yellow and this red with these 2 greens. So up, slide, second up, down. Just treat it like a big piece instead of 2 individual pieces. Okay. Here's 2 oranges. I can bring down this red, but the orange wouldn't do anything. I can bring down this green and this orange, or I can put these oranges up and bring down the white and the red. That's going to be the most advantageous. Kitty, where you going? Kitty was being kitty. Up, slide, second up, reverse down, and set the top. Okay. Here's 2 blues. Okay. I can bring down just the orange and the blue, or I don't want to bring the green down. Yes, I do. Okay, so these 2 blues are going to land right here. So up, down, down. And that's really all the doubles that I have to work with. Okay. And then we find a piece, any piece that's wrong. I'm doing the corners first because I can. This piece is going to land right here. So I can bring down either the blue or the yellow or the white. I don't want to bring the blue down because blue is going the other direction. So I'm going to bring down the yellow. And we just follow this piece, and where it intersects on the top is the 2 columns that it's using. So I get this column goes up, slide to a different column, and that becomes my second column, which puts it to the back. And then reverse, down, set the top, and keep going. Here's a red. Put red on top. I can bring down the orange or the yellow. I'm going to bring down the orange. Up, slide up, reverse down, set the top. Okay. Here's the yellow. Put yellow on top. Okay. You can bring the green down or the orange, white down. I'm going to bring the green down. Up, slide up, reverse down, set the top. Okay. Here's an orange. And it really doesn't, there's no order of operations. It's whatever you find is easiest to do. You just find a piece that's wrong and throw it in the direction it wants to be. I've lined up with green, up, slide, up, reverse, down, and here's a blue. Line up to the orange, up, second up, down, set the top, and lather, rinse, repeat over and over. Here's an orange, and bring the red down, up, slide, second up, it's in the back, reverse, down, and set the top. Okay, here's a red. Hold it so that red's on top. This is only going to bring the yellow down, which I don't want to do, so let's look at this yellow and use it to bring the white down. In fact, I could bring the red down, but that would put the white there, so I'm not going, yeah, I am. I'm going to do it. Up, down. Yeah, it's advantageous. It's advantageous to work with an opposite if it places a piece to begin. All right, so here's a white. Line it up, slide to a different column, second up, reverse, down, reverse, down. Okay, here's a green. Okay, line up the top, and again, for the diagonals, you have to be careful about which direction you go. For the obliques, you can go in any direction as long as you don't lose track of your every other move being horizontal, every other horizontal being the reverse of the one before it. So up. Oh, the only reason it matters is if you're making pretty patterns on the front. So if I go to the right, then this cube will come up here. If I go to the left, this cube will come up here, and the red will go into the other place. So up, slide up, reverse down, set the top. Okay. Here's a red. Line it up, slide up, reverse down. Okay. To blue, that would bring the yellow down. How about the yellow? Let's bring the white down. Line it up, slide, second up, reverse down, set the top. Okay, here's an orange. Okay, line it up, slide down. Oh, I got a question. A username is required. Hi, nice to see you again. Does your method work for puzzles like megamorphics, where the centers have to have a proper orientation when solved? Megamorphics? I'm not sure what that is. Megamorphics. Doing a quick, ooh. That looks pretty. I shall have to find out. I shall have to find out. At first I thought you were saying is it works on every Minx. It works on the Minx puzzle. Out of my reach. But it does work. It works on the Mega Minx, Giga Minx, Tetra Minx. It works on every Minx. So it never works on every cube. This looks like. What is it like internally? Is it the same as a pyramid, or is it a shapeshifter? I will have to find out and get back. PictureCube also has this constraint. Okay, so the PictureCubes, this has a similar constraint in that the centers, instead of having the centers having to be in one particular order, if the centers are diagonal, then our centers are vertical instead of horizontal, it won't turn. So so what I do for that, when I'm working with a PictureCube, and I do have PictureCubes, they're not my favorite. When I have PictureCubes, I just have to make sure that I get the first layer done, and then I make sure that the center is turned the correct way based on what the corner things look like. And so if it's not, then I'll twist it. I'll move the corners away, twist it till it's in the right position, and then move them back. So I make sure that the center, when I've got my first corners done, I make sure the centers on the sides, I do it around the top center is the same. Okay, let's try that again. I had a freeze up. Sorry about that. I'm back. And what I was saying was that for the picture cubes, what I do is I do the first 4 corners, making sure the center is correct, and then I make sure the side centers are correct to the corners before I move on to the last corners. And then when I do the last corners, it's just a matter of it's trial and error until I make sure that to get the last layer to be correct. So when I'm moving 3 corners around with my Formula B, I make sure that that the piece that I'm holding stable is matching to the way face wants to be. And so I just if I get my corners on top and it's not correct, then I'll just rearrange them again, do Formula B to scramble them up again. So I can do, so I just make sure that the center is correct. And then once I've got the X done, then anything I do for the rest of the cube does not mess up the centers while I'm doing it. It says you say your internet is acting up. I think it was my internet, and I'm afraid that that's going to happen some more because Twitch is discontinued support of Twitch Studio, and I'm still using Twitch Studio. So as far as the what was it called? Megamorphics. I'm going to have to get one of those and see. But that's what I do for the picture cubes, and so I used to have algorithms memorized that would twist the cubes. One thing, you can twist cubes if you have a top done and you want to get the sides face, you can move the corners away and then twist the corner so that it's correct, and then back, and then you can place the edges. Once the X is safe, is correct, Formula B for the rest of the cube is not going to alter your centers. So that's how I do that. I don't have a wonderful way to do it. So, sorry for the freeze there. So now all of these cubes are done. The only thing that's left to do now is this one. This I did as much as I could as if it were just a 3x3. I've got the corners done, the opposite edges done, the side edges done, meaning just this layer here in the middle. And what's left is that Formula B will solve the rest of this cube, but not as written. There's a minor adaptation that you need to do. So whereas B is written is you just keep going back and forth. Every other move is back and forth like this, and you do your columns in the middle and things change. But because these are banded, I can't access the 9 side just doing for B as written. So the adaptation is every time there's a B, it's a 2 move instead of a 1 move, and that way I still have access to my columns. And what happens when I do that is, so I don't know. Are you guys interested in me doing this, or you want to have other questions for me, or do we have any questions? I also have not tried it on the pyramids themselves. I had pyramids back in the 80s, and I could solve them. But this method is newer than that, and it's my own. Back in the 80s, I went and bought this book at the corner drugstore, corner 7-Eleven, memorized it, and was able to survive my junior high and high school years because I could teach the cube. This book is written by the first guy to set the world's record, Jeffrey Varisano, and he is his brain is brilliant. His brain is just beautiful. So I have my method. I've put my method together in a manuscript. I'm trying to get an agent and a publisher so that I can hold my book in my hand, because I'm old. I want to have a book in my hand. So that's my next goal. Actually, that's not my next goal. It's a long-term goal. My next goal is I need to get a handout page so that I can start teaching at the senior center down the way, because I have to have a page to give them the formulas on it and how they work. So that's my next thing. And in doing that, I should be able to get some merch going as well. So if you guys have any ideas for what you want, what you'd like to buy with this pattern on it, or my other pattern, my logo on it, let me know what you want. Someone already said thin fleece, so that's gonna be one. I'm gonna put it on a keychain so it can be attached to the keychain cubes. Because once you've learned this method, all you need is the keychain. All right, you guys. I'll be back tomorrow morning. It's the weekend. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for sharing your day with me. And oh, I have a Twitch. I have a Clicky Clock. I'm on the Clicky Clock app. If anyone wants to find me there, just look for ABCube Tutor. And you can find me there. I also have a Discord. ABCube Method is the name of the Discord. Someone had asked me about that, and I need to get better at checking my social media, so I'm not abandoning people. But other than that, okay. All right, go enjoy the rest of your day. Go enjoy your weekend, and I'll be back tomorrow, and we'll have fun. Bring me your non-cuber friends, and we'll have fun. And if anyone wants to help me demonstrate with your cube, can't tune in for mornings. Okay. Well, if you ever want to, I'm set up generally to do Zoom capture on Friday evenings and Saturday mornings, but you can't do mornings. So if you want to do it here, I can do that. I can teach up to three to four people at a time in real time, as long as you have a cube and you're willing to demonstrate or learn. So what I know I've asked you this. I know you've told me before. Where is it for you right now? Username. Because it's 6:30 here. So you are somewhere else in the world. Hawaii. Oh, how fun. Well, I appreciate you joining me when you can. Also, let me know if there's times. Something 30. Your number didn't type in. It's 6:30 here, so it's something 30 p.m. The number didn't. 2:30 p.m. So it's afternoon where you are. That's cool. If there's other time, anybody can give feedback here. If there's another time that you'd like me to add to my schedule, let me know, and I'll see what I can do. If you're like in the other side of the world and want to join me, I'm happy to add to my schedule, whatever is convenient. I'm just here to have fun. Cubing is fun for me. I've been doing it all of my life. So, I'll be back tomorrow. If you want to, again, I will, if you want to do this next week, just let me know early in the session and I will set up, I'll try to have the Zoom set up. I can't hear because Zoom is being a stinkpot. They don't want to let me stream unless I pay for an account. But Twitch can video capture, but it doesn't get the audio. So I just have to, when I'm teaching people with the Zoom, I just have to ask them questions and they thumbs up or thumbs down. So yes, I think it will be fun. All right, you guys. Go be nice to yourself. Have a good day, rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Anybody want to say bye? 5, 4. All right, you guys. See you later.